Hey guys, it's Megan. So when I was cleaning out my craft room last week, I realized that I have a ton of scrapbook paper. I always buy it when it's on sale, and I never use it. So for today's video, I came up with 8 different ways to use scrapbook paper. You guys know how I feel about long intros, so let's just get into it. Full sheets of scrapbook paper make great photo backgrounds. The square shape makes it perfect for Instagram, and it's great for taking pictures of smaller items. I take a lot of photos of things in my sketchbook, and since it's 5 by 7 inches, it fits nicely on the 12 by 12 paper. I generally take my Instagram photos outside, but this is a great option for winter coming up. Another easy way to use scrapbook paper is to put it inside of clear drawers. These are a pretty inexpensive storage solution, but the clear drawers can make your space look a little cluttered. I did this to all of the drawers in my craft room and put labels on the outside so I'd still know what's inside of each one. I just cut the paper to size and secured it with a piece of clear tape. I only did the fronts of these drawers since you couldn't see the sides, but obviously you can put paper on the sides as well. Another great way to use paper scraps is to make your own washi tape. This is super easy. All you need is scrapbook paper and some double-sided tape. Just stick the tape on the back of your paper, cut it out, and that's it. You can use your washi tape right away, or you can save it for later. To store it, you can hold the pieces together with a paper clip, or you can roll it up like traditional washi tape, again, securing the end with a paper clip. When you're ready to use the tape, just cut it to size, peel off the backing, and stick it down. As you can see, I had a little too much fun with this. I went through all of my paper scraps and made all sorts of different patterns of washi tape. One of my favorite ways to use scrapbook paper is to make phone case designs. Since I have a clear phone case, I like making little inserts to decorate it. This is really easy. Just trace around your phone case, cut it out, and trim the piece down to fit inside. Put the paper into your phone case and trace around the camera opening. Cut that part out and stick the piece of paper back in the phone case. Once you've made one paper insert, you can just trace around it when you want to make more case designs. You can make your first case on a scrap piece of paper if you're afraid that you might mess it up. This is great because you can switch out the design whenever you want without having to buy a new case. You don't have to just use scrapbook paper though. You could draw your own design on white paper, or you could make a collage using stickers or another material. I like to switch my cases out at least seasonally. I just made this Halloween case and put on a different pop socket to match. When they're not in my phone, I store the designs in this pocket that I also made from scrapbook paper. I showed how I made this in my sketchbook makeover video, but there are a ton of ways to create pockets. For this video, I thought it would be fun to create a library card style pocket. I made a template that you can find on my website. I'll have it linked in the description. Cut out the template and trace it onto 2 sheets of scrapbook paper. If your paper has a design on both sides, you can skip this step, but if not, use a glue stick to attach them together. Fold the bottom part up and fold in the 2 side flaps. Then glue the flaps down. I used a glue stick here, but I ended up redoing it with a hot glue gun instead. I definitely recommend using a stronger glue like hot glue or tacky glue for this project. This is the perfect size to fit the phone case inserts I made, which for reference I have an iPhone 8. But you could also hang this on a magnet board or a cork board to store a few pens and pencils. I found that about 6 fit comfortably. If you want to frame photos but your frame is too big, you can use scrapbook paper as a background to bring everything together. In this frame, I put some of my favorite pictures from Playlist Live in 2017. Another fun way to use scrapbook paper is to decorate your light switch or outlet covers. I've seen a ton of people painting on these this year, but this is a great alternative if you aren't super confident in your painting abilities. I picked out some Galaxy scrapbook paper to match my craft room. Cover the front of your cover with Mod Podge and stick it on the back of your scrapbook paper. Cut around it, making sure to leave a little extra space on the edges. Cut triangles from the corners to make it easier to fold, and apply Mod Podge to the edge. Fold it over to stick on the back of the switch plate. You might have to hold it for a few seconds to get it to stick. Repeat this on all of the remaining edges. To make sure everything stays together, wrap a few rubber bands around it and let it dry overnight. The next day, remove the rubber bands and cut a few diagonal lines in the open part of the cover. Fold these triangles back and use more Mod Podge to secure them. Then, cover the front with a layer of Mod Podge to seal it. Once everything dries, use a pencil to poke a hole where the screw is supposed to go, and screw it back onto the wall. So here's the finished cover. It definitely didn't turn out the best. I didn't really do a great job at cutting around the openings. I made one of these light switches in my room that I made in Girl Scouts in about 7th grade, and that one looks a lot better. I think that it might work better with thinner scrapbook paper. Scrapbook paper can be used to make lots of practical items, like these origami boxes. To make this, you'll just need a square piece of paper. The bigger the paper is, the bigger your box will be. I used 12 by 12 scrapbook paper for the example, but you can make a slightly smaller box by folding an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper like this and cutting off the excess. Start by using a ruler to draw diagonal lines from corner to corner, creating an X on the back of your paper. Fold the corners of the paper up to the center of the X that you just drew, just like you would when making a fortune teller. Unfold the top and bottom flap so it looks like this. Fold the edge of the folded sides in again to meet at the middle. Here's what the paper should look like so far. The next step might seem a little counterproductive, but unfold everything that we just folded. Then, fold the top and bottom corners to meet in the center again. You should see 3 creases on your folded triangles, one in the middle and one on either side. Use a pair of scissors to cut the 2 shorter creases on the triangle, just like this. Repeat this on the other side, cutting along the 2 shorter creases. Fold the top of the center piece down like this. Repeat this on the other side as well. Then unfold everything again. Turn the paper so that the uncut side is facing you, and fold the corners back into the center. Since we cut the paper earlier, there will be 2 kind of little flaps on the side, and you're going to want to fold these in like I'm doing here. Do the same thing on the opposite side, bringing the corners to the center and folding in the little flaps on the side like this. Now the box can finally come together. Turn your paper again and bring the side flaps up to meet each other. I used a little bit of hot glue to attach them. Again, do the same thing on the opposite side. Fold the open ends up and over the sides of the box, securing the little triangle at the bottom with another dot of hot glue. Again, repeat this on the other side, and your scrapbook paper box is done. These are pretty easy to make once you get the hang of it. This one took me about 5 minutes in real time. I used a thinner scrapbook paper for this box, but the thicker cardstock paper works best. These boxes make great desk organizers. They can be used to store things like washi tape, smaller stickers, or all those friendship bracelets that you made over the summer. If you want your box to have a lid, fold another piece of paper diagonally and cut 1/8 of an inch off of each side. Fold the box the same way that we did before, and now you have a bottom for your box. This would be a great way to wrap smaller Christmas gifts. And just for reference, here's a comparison between the 12-inch square and the 8-inch square. You can make these boxes as large or as small as you like, as long as you start with a square piece of paper. The last way that I like to use scrapbook paper is to make my own envelopes. I'm using my homemade scrapbook paper for this project, which is honestly just some paint slapped on a sheet of printer paper. Which, if you somehow made it this far and don't have any scrapbook paper, you could always make your own with some extra paint. I took a pre-made envelope that I got in the mail, and I carefully opened it up. I flipped my DIY scrapbook paper over to the plain side and traced around the envelope. First I traced around it with the flaps closed so that I would know where to fold them. Then I opened it up and traced around the entire thing. When you're done, the back of your paper should look like this. Cut out the envelope and then fold along the lines. I used a ruler to help me a little bit. Fold in the sides and the bottom, then add some glue to attach them. Fold the top down and then you're done. I make a lot of homemade cards for people, and with the holidays coming up, these will definitely come in handy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this one, and make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. They are both @WellerMegs. I also have a Twitter that I kind of forgot about and I should probably start using that. It's also at Weller Megs. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.